Alright, let's go, because you know what I came here to do.
I don't get paid for overtime. I'm here to fight.
So we start with this comment on my last video at Good Antics. He says, boxing beats. You should stop saying Fury was not in shape. Fury weighed the same when he fought Wilder, 277. So please stop making excuses for Fury. He tried his damn hardest to beat Francis, but Francis is a different beast who boxed better than Wilder did. Well, I don't know much about Francis Ngannou, but apparently he was coming off knee surgery not too long ago. So if I bring that up, am I trying to either make excuses for why he lost or support some theory that I have that he scored a moral victory by knocking Fury down and going the distance with bad knees? No, it's not an excuse for Fury. If Fury is not in shape and doesn't train, that's his fault. It's not an excuse. Where's the excuses? He wasn't in shape because he's an ill-disciplined athlete. You know, Ngannou had the advantage as much as this. He had tapes going back to Tyson Fury's amateur days to study. All Tyson had is Ngannou's MMA fights to watch. What could he gain from that? And a couple of the public workouts where he was obviously masking anything he was working on with Mike and the other people in his camp. Sugar Hill didn't have nothing to work with. What did he have to work with? This isn't defending Tyson Fury. This is boxing analysis. That's what I'm dealing with right now. It's boxing analysis. Come on now. It's similar to when Floyd fought Conor McGregor. What tape did he have to study of Conor being a boxer? None. None. But what his old man and himself worked out, or gambled, because in boxing you got to gamble as well. There's no foolproof plans. Someone's in there trying to take your head off. Their plan was to walk Conor down and basically make him punch himself out on Floyd's guard. Yeah, he landed a few shots, Conor, he did. But doing 10 rounds for Floyd, going into the 8th, 9th, 10 and 12 rounds for Floyd is what? It's nothing. For Conor, he's in the twilight zone. He doesn't know where he is. But, you know, you can't really compare Sugar Hill and Tyson Fury as a team compared to Floyd and Floyd Sr. That's no disrespect to Sugar Hill. And that's no disrespect to Tyson Fury. Floyd and Floyd Sr.'s strategy was to mentally, as much as physically, break Conor. With Floyd walking at him constantly, you know, after 20-odd minutes, after a time, unless you have the muscle memory to prep for that, your brain's just going to go zzz. I can't find a video, but there is video out there where Tyson Fury and Sugar Hill are expressing they can't find no sparring partners. There's no footage. They've just got to go in there cold and work it out as they go along. But there is no pity party for Tyson Fury. You're getting paid a lot of money. And it's not like something he hasn't done before. When he made his debut, how much tape did he study of his opponent, his obscure opponents, on his debut and his come-up fights? If you're the greatest heavyweight ever, this is something you perhaps should be able to overcome. And the reason we have to hold him to such a high standard because of one fight is because of him himself and his cheerleaders saying that he's the greatest of all time. Well, if modern day fighters are going to say they're the greatest of all times and you fight twice a year, or once a year in his case, and that one fight is a dud, whether you got the W or not, it's a dud, you will be judged on that. And your assertion that you're the greatest heavyweight ever will be judged at the highest criteria. So Tyson Fury's no special case here. Do you want me to point out all Tyson Fury's advantages over somebody making their debut in a pro ring? What's the point? Or am I making excuses for Francis? No, he doesn't need them. Neither man needs them. Fury said no excuses out of his own mouth, didn't he?
What did you think of your own performance from Saturday?
It wasn't the best performance, but I'm not going to make any excuses.
With 35 pro fights since 2008, it's obvious he had a whole lot of advantages. But that doesn't mean that Francis wasn't able to find stuff that he could possibly capitalize on. You know, like having Mike Tyson as a trainer, whether it was technical or even had a placebo effect. It seemed to work wonders for him. You know, like his core strength in the ring, he just took that from his MMA background and converted it into the boxing ring. Most UFC or MMA fighters might not be able to do that. Pointing out the weaknesses and strengths and advantages that one has over the other doesn't mean making excuses for one or the other either. It's boxing analysis. And when you come to my channel, you can expect me to at least attempt to break down some boxing and at least try to sound like I know what I'm talking about. So the TALKSPORT Tyson Fury war continues. TALKSPORT have took the approach to only rebuttal what comes out of Tyson Fury's mouth. Now before I continue, I'm just going to play this little snippet.
The one that everybody wants to fight, isn't he? He's the collateral in all this. You've got to give him time to be well enough to fight. And would you want to fight him as he, in the shape he was in the other night?
Yes, if I'm Usyk, because there's one chance of winning. If I'm Usyk,
but then we'll always say that he was never at his best.
Now, Martin Keown, the gentleman on the right, he did cap a lot for Tyson Fury. That is true. But Simon contradicted himself. If I was Usyk, yes, I would want to fight the Fury that we saw on Saturday because it would give Usyk more chance of winning. But when he spoke to Eubank Jr., here's what he had to say.
But I'm just questioning what you're saying by saying, well, give me an example of a fighter that I've not recognised on your record to say, well, actually, I'm wrong. I'm wrong with my observation. He is a world-level fighter and he should be winning world titles.
James DeGale wasn't a world level.
Not when you fought him, no.
Why do you say that?
Because he was finished and vanquished. What you thought was a carcass of James DeGale.
He's saying it's okay for Usyk to fight a below-par Tyson Fury, but Chris Eubank fighting a below-par James DeGale, in his opinion, is not okay. And he's savaging Eubank's resume, but yet he's going to give Alexander Usyk full credit, all because he's got this beef with Tyson Fury now. So he's not Usyk a charlatan for attempting to get a below-par Tyson Fury in the ring? No, it's all nonsense. If Tyson Fury chooses to show up in that ring on the 23rd of December and he's below par and gets wiped out by Usyk, it is what it is. Those who are pro-Tyson Fury will do damage control for him and say, oh, he wasn't right. We need a rematch. It wasn't a legit victory for Usyk. Yeah, they can say that all they want, but boxing history is littered with excuses and damage control and fans of the fighter saying, oh, if you had fought him a few years back before he deteriorated, you wouldn't have won. There was a lot of people saying James DeGale was going to win the fight. And unless Simon Jordan can bring back a receipt pre-fight saying, yeah, I think that Chris Eubank is going to wash James DeGale because James DeGale is washed, then I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. In fact, TALKSPORT done a poll on this fight, pre-fight. And Paul Smith, Dave Caldwell, and Joe Gallagher all picked James DeGale to win convincingly. All of them. But Simon's calling this guy a charlatan, dismissing his win after all the work, hard work he had to put into that to get that win. And they were the only three to make predictions, and all three of them picked DeGale to win. Simon Jordan, you know what really irks me about Simon Jordan? He reminds me a lot of people who I see in my comment sections and talking boxing on Twitter. They have no idea what they're talking about. The way they weigh up boxing is so hypocritical. The way they hold certain fighters to such high standards, and then within a few minutes they'll be in another discussion giving the fighters they like passes for ducking, catch weights, underperforming, using politics to their advantage, which they wouldn't do to the fighters that they want to attack all the time. And it's not consistent. You know, Martin Keown, who was debating Simon, saying, oh, don't you want to fight the best Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury said Usyk will be sued if he doesn't make December the 23rd. And now he's talking about next year because his eyes all busted up and his confidence is probably down on the floor somewhere where he can't find it. So yeah, Usyk's going to pull his chain. December. You said December? Come on, let's go December. He's going to pull his chain. And why shouldn't he? Tyson Fury isn't above pulling people's chain. But Martin Keown, a little too patriotic in my opinion. I tell you what, Simon Jordan is an ex-football chairman and Martin Keown used to be centre-half for Arsenal. And it's about time you stop getting people who are in some capacity in football talking about boxing, because on too many occasions they sound like fucking total idiots on national radio. So around 5 days ago, Fury, we've got it written in contract. Usyk has to fight on the 23rd. If not, he can get sued. Usyk confirmed he's ready for the 23rd. Tyson Fury suffered damage around the eye after an unexpectedly rough night with former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou. Frank Warren and USYK have since let us know the fight will not happen in December, but USYK is on the rampage, saying, Belly, are you ready? 23rd. And rumours are running around the boxing world that they themselves will take legal action if Fury isn't in the ring on the 23rd. A lot of head games going on now. A lot of people speculating that the fight won't happen at all. I have a feeling if it drags on for 2 to 3 months, back and forth between both camps, we might not see it. I'm not saying we won't see it ever, but anytime soon, not too sure. USYK striking while the iron's hot. Just a few months back, Tyson Fury was calling him a quitter. Post-fight low blow controversy with Daniel Dubois. Now USYK is putting the pressure on. You know, we've been told that Tyson Fury is the master of mental games. Well, this is the ultimate test now. USYK himself doesn't appear to be no slouch in that department either. How's it going to play out? It seems that USYK has the initiative, but I will err on the side of caution. The Tyson Fury Ngannou fight is still fresh in our memory, but it was just a couple of months back. I'm repeating my material, I know, but USYK weren't exactly looking like King Kong post-fight Daniel Dubois. I don't know, maybe because I support AJ. It might sound a bit biased saying this, but the way AJ moved around that ring in the Andy Ruiz rematch, from a technical standpoint, was really good boxing to watch. One of the best outboxer displays I've seen from a heavyweight. I'd actually commit to saying that. Yeah, and that came off the worst night of his career up till that point. As Shane pointed out, after the Otto Wallin fight, Fury knew that changes had to be made. Ben Davison was a casualty, Sugar Hill was brought in. I'm wondering now, like, for the USYK fight, will Sugar Hill still be there after what we saw on Saturday? Because normally after boxers have an off night in this era, there's normally a casualty, and it's normally the coach. I wonder if Sugar Hill will be that casualty. John Fury's been calling for him to go, and he might be in Tyson Fury's ear again. It's Sugar Hill's fault. It's Sugar Hill. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. And Shane was complaining that Sugar Hill wasn't with Tyson Fury for long enough, you know, because he's got to commute from America to wherever they are in Europe training. And he said when they fight USYK, they're going to need Sugar Hill to be in camp with Tyson for a longer period. Reviewing the fight, I pointed out that Tyson Fury reverted back to the face touching thing, which Ben Davison said got him knocked down in the Wilder fight, the first one. In the Ngannou fight, he didn't start doing it until the second round, where Ngannou landed that left hook, that long left hook. And Fury felt the weight of it. Fury went into a clinch. Then Ngannou started teeing off with right hands, and Fury started bleeding. And when he came out of the exchange, that's when what I would explain it as a nervous tick, where he's touching his face with his hand. That's where it started. When he gets stressed in the ring, you can bring out the face touching, a sign that he's stressed. Ngannou also showed very good natural instincts. The way he turned to the left and then leaned back to his right to avoid Fury's right hand are very good natural instincts. Very good. A lot of people said this was bad for boxing. I don't know. I think that's perhaps a narrow way to look at it. The more the dust settles. I mean, are you aware of how historical that moment you witnessed on Saturday is? Tyson Fury is too top heavy. Ngannou caught him with a left hook, and his legs just seemed like they were struggling to support that huge upper body. I'm watching it again, and Ngannou is doing a lot of stuff that the quote-unquote real boxers don't do, like the way he's blocking that jab on his forearm in the armbar position. He's throwing his jab, and he's also leaning just fractionally to his right to avoid the right hand doing any serious damage. Francis made sure he stayed in range no matter what Tyson Fury threw, so he could have the last word. I mean, that's very good strategy. If Mike came up with that, kudos, or the other co-trainer. Very good strategy. And it worked well all throughout the bout. Very well. I mean, the counter that scored the knockdown, is that a catch and shoot move? I believe it is. I mean, the start of the fourth round, Fury was on the move trying to get his jab going, Ngannou aimed a right hand at Fury's arm to knock his rhythm off. And his double jab is just as good as anybody's in the weight class. And he's got long arms, hasn't he? Fury tried to dig in. A left hook to the body. Ngannou definitely hurt Fury more than Fury's hurt him so far. And we're into round 4. There's Fury all over the place. That's what I'm saying. Like, he stumbled out of a clinch. And it's the disproportionate ratio, upper body to lower body, that's making him stumble all over the place like that. I mean, Fury tried a jab and right hook combination and he missed. This is not good boxing from Tyson Fury. Not at all. Not at all. I actually giving Ngannou that round as well. Not being funny. 5th round. One thing I don't like what Ngannou's doing when Fury's extending his hand out to touch gloves. He should be boxing it away. He needs to keep Fury's anxiety up. Make it as least civil as possible. Ngannou, inevitably and understandably, is not able to keep up with Fury this round. With Fury boxing and jabbing and staying out of the way. Fury has been successful in his career for the most part behind that long jab. It served him very well. Not seeing much right hands from Fury. Not much right hands this round, you know what I mean? Just took that out of the toolbox. Last time we got him in serious-ish. Fury just done a nice little move there. He maneuvered himself to step in with a jab. He didn't follow it up though. Where was the right hand? He didn't follow it up. Look at that. Moving the weight as he's throwing the jab. Doesn't want to get countered. Can't blame him. Fury did win the round though. See, that right cross, that 1-2 that Fury landed in the slow motion replay are the same punches that put Deontay Wilder in all types of trouble. But it didn't do nothing at all to Francis Ngannou. Nothing at all. Francis is a real heavyweight. Like, proportionately, he's built excellently for a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Modern day heavyweight. With the right supplements, nutrition and training. At 6'4", yeah, you can carry the 19 stone, especially with his genetics as well. Fury keeping it long, going into round 6, not gambling at all, just popping Ngannou with that jab. Ngannou, nevertheless, still looking to land that right uppercut and that unorthodox left hand. Pulls Fury into the ropes. Fury can't wrestle him. Look how strong Francis is, boy. Look how strong he is, man. Can't wrestle him. Fury knows it. Can't wrestle him. His legs though, like every time Ngannou even partially lands a shot, he just falls off balance, stumbling all over the place. And he's definitely initiating that clinch there, Fury. Yep, Dewey. Not happy that Francis is letting that jab sneak in a little too much right now. Move your head, move your feet. Easier said than done. Just saw that illegal usage of the elbow by Tyson Fury. That's foul, man. That's foul. If the referee had saw that illegal elbow, which I'm not saying there was any skullduggery, because Fury did try and mask it like he was chopping down the right hand and he put the elbow in Francis's jaw. Francis ate it. He could have lost the point for that. Could have lost the point. How would that have screwed up the scorecards? They would have still gave it to Fury anyway. Oof. Left hook from Ngannou. Rock Tyson. Good punch. Round 7. Oh, beautiful jab by Ngannou. Beautiful jab. And now he himself has gone southpaw with Tyson Fury. Tyson going back to orthodox. Ngannou staying lefty. Ngannou working inside. Good stuff. Punching Fury in his chest as they're locked up. Fury didn't want no part of the exchange. A little bit of a right hand by Tyson Fury. Done no damage at all. He tried to rough Ngannou up. Tried to rush him with the forearm. And Ngannou just pulled him down to the canvas. Easily. Tyson could be facing the strongest opponent he has faced in his career. And I'd say definitely the strongest opponent. And he's not coping with it very well. You know what I mean? Ngannou definitely stronger than Derek Chisora. I'd say stronger than Vlad. At least more robust than Vlad. Ngannou's fought most of the fight with his mouth open. I'm giving Ngannou this round so far. He's dictating it. He's coming forward behind his jab, and Fury doesn't seem like he wants to know about it. Very low productivity. He's dictating that round. I mean, Fury just went straight into a clinch when there's punching opportunities there for both men. Ngannou not looking to reset every time Fury throws something. He's always looking to counter, come over the top with a jab, and he's been very effective at doing that. Fury trying to put some combinations together. Then he initiates the clinch again. Very untidily. Messy round. Oh, combinations by Ngannou. Some of them cuffing, but they're still landing. They're still scoring punches. He held Fury around his head with the left hand and just whacked him with the right. Hey, he's teeing off, man. He's showing way more energy than Tyson Fury. He threw the harder punches. Wow. Francis has made a lot of fans this weekend. A lot. Leaning on both men. Francis must be feeling the pace a little. Fury's accuracy is all over the place, isn't it? Let's keep it real. He's missed a lot of punches. His jab has been his best weapon, but when he's tried to shoot the power punches with his right hand, it just hasn't been that productive. I'll give Francis that round. I'll give Francis that round, people. I'll give Francis the 8th. In the slow-mo, Francis' punches are landing. He's backing Fury into the rope behind that jab, and then he's throwing power punches are landing. Look at that. That was a 3-punch combination by Francis. Very quiet round, the 9th. Fury moving too much and not punching enough. Flicks a jab out there. Ngannou wants to fight. If you want to fight, he'll be right there. Didn't Fury say he was going to meet Ngannou in the center of the ring and bang it out with him? The jab by Ngannou. Fury comes back on the couple himself. I found round 2 and round 9 hard to score, and there's 1 to go. I do have Francis up, though. I have Francis up with 1 to go. I've got him up by 2 points. It's a very close fight. Couple of swing rounds. Let's see if I can score round 10 decisively. Fury made it easy for Ngannou to go the distance because he didn't do his normal leaning all over him and draining his battery. And he's not following up the jab with enough volume. Ngannou stalking, Fury on the move. Fury with a double feint with his lead left hand on his thigh. I mean, Fury's just not engaging. He's keeping so much of a respectful distance from Ngannou. How do you score that round? I think Ngannou won the fight legitimately, you know. Just on the inactivity that Fury displayed throughout the fight in at least 3 of the rounds.
He told us he would do a Superman punch.
Francis went Soldier Boy on us and went Superman that punch.
Who looks like the heavyweight champion right now in your eyes?
Tim Bradley's asking who looks like the heavyweight champion in your eyes. I mean, if you didn't have the background story, you would never guess that one guy was making his professional boxing debut and one had 6 world title fights. So we didn't get no post-fight singing in the ring from Tyson Fury. No post-fight press conference. Frank Warren said that the doping agency were waiting for him to pee and it was taking a while and he could see Tyson was dehydrated. He'd done a couple of interviews with television, so he decided to call off the post-fight presser. We know, Frank, we know. Tyson lost the fight. He lost the fight. Sugar Hill told him not to engage in the last round, apparently. And why would you do that with a fight that looks like it's in the balance? Well, somebody probably got the word to Sugar Hill, just get this guy to go the distance now before he fumbled the bag totally with USYK. And when you're paying somebody 50 million, whether it's pounds or dollars, you know which way the decision's going to go. I mean, you cherry-picked Francis Ngannou, struggled against him, and you still needed politics to get a decision. At the least, they should have gave Francis a draw. At the least. It's a very historical moment. Time will tell how it ages. The legend, I am Mike Tyson, Dewey Cooper, big yourself up. Francis Ngannou will always have a special place in the world of combat sports that may never be matched in the history of combat sports again. You know, a lot of people are saying, it's this demonic day for boxing. What's happened? When you train with Dewey Cooper, and Mike Tyson and you achieve what you achieve, you've proven yourself to be a boxer, haven't you? You know, like, if he winded out quick and didn't put up no resistance, we saw no skills, then no, you're not a boxer. But he proved himself to be a boxer. No, he went in the ring as a boxer on Saturday. Francis wasn't thinking, I'm an MMA fighter. No, he was trying to channel the inner spirit of who was teaching him, Mike Tyson. He was on Mike Tyson's podcast, and he was bonding with Mike. He's a boxer. Mauricio Suleiman said he's going to rank him in the top 10. That's what he told Dewey Cooper. He's going to make a recommendation that he gets ranked. It's no surprise, really. I mean, we can't pretend that he means nothing in terms of being a player in the heavyweight division. He could literally pick his fight right now. So it's no surprise they're doing that. After they put up the WBC Riyadh Challenge belt, people are saying, yeah, but he lost the fight. How can they elevate him and he lost the fight? Didn't Derek Chisora lose to Robert Helenius and get a shot at the WBC belt back in the day? Because Klitschko and many of us thought he won the fight. So he was rewarded for his moral victory. Just like Francis is being here. There has to be exceptions to whatever rulings or standards there are. And I think Francis is one of them. So the speculation now is that a lot of UFC fighters will want to cross over and do a Francis Ngannou. Especially with how Dana controls the wage structure over there. They'll want to get paid, like Francis. Now, I think Dana can expect rebellion over at the UFC, but they won't necessarily be a mass of MMA fighters crossing over to boxing. Boxing in itself is going through a transitional period. Showtime just went out of business, HBO went out, the British scene not flourishing like it once was. Where are these guys going to get 8 million like Francis got? Where are they going to get it? Okay, if you're the middleweight UFC champion and you go to fight Johnny Beck, the unified 160-pound champion, how much do you think you're going to be getting? You getting life-changing money? Go fight Dimitri Bivol. Life-changing money? Not sure. Let's remember, Bivol has beat Canelo. He beat Canelo soundly. And he's still not a draw. He's still looking for big fights. If a bunch of MMA fighters jump ship from Dana, looking for that Arab money, they're going to be extremely disappointed. Yeah? Extremely disappointed. Not unless all of them are going to try and fight the likes of Canelo and Tyson Fury. This ain't a war between boxing and UFC. This is not. But I need you UFC guys to hear this, whether you're in the octagon or a fan. If you think you're going to jump over here and get unmotivated fighters who don't want to punch the shit out of you, hungry fighters, you're sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. There are 1 or 2 or more boxers waiting for opportunities to embarrass someone to put their name in the spotlight. And if you come over here with a little UFC MMA reputation, yeah, I'm going to show these boxers, the wolves will be waiting for you. Don't get it twisted with boxing now. I'd probably say the high 90s, maybe 99% of boxers haven't had the taste that Tyson Fury has experienced. They haven't had a taste of what he's had, the good life, that what he's had, and maybe a little tampered and spoilt by that. You fuck around and find yourself in an old Shaki Foster, Eduardo Hernandez fight. Yeah, you'll soon stop reaching to put your hand in the cookie jar. The video's dragging on too long, but I had a lot to say. I wanted to end on Francis Ngannou, but we end up ending on Tyson Fury. Is this a fighter in decline? Because those still in denial about what they saw on Saturday are going to say he underestimated Francis, he took it lightly, he'll go back, he'll refocus, and he'll be ready for USYK, or he'll be ready for an Ngannou rematch or whatever's next. And we'll see the old Tyson Fury. Well, what is the old Tyson Fury? Do you mean old as the old one back in 2019 or 2015? Or the 35-year-old Tyson Fury who looks broke down? Because, okay, let's go with this. You didn't have no tape to study. You went in there blind. Well, revising that now, he said, in fact, let me take it back to the DNA, way before this fight was signed. He said, me and Francis Ngannou in 4-ounce MMA gloves, toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring. Well, we didn't get the 4-ounce glove, right? We didn't get that. But, yo, the toe-to-toe thing was still on the table. It wasn't like Francis was running around the ring. If he wanted to fight Francis, like how he said, toe-to-toe battle, he could have done. You don't need to study no tape for that. You don't need to study no tape for that. He's already had toe-to-toe battles with Wilder and Derek Chisora. Here's his words. I'm going to knock him out inside 6 rounds. I'll get on the front foot, high arm, catch him with a punishing jab, 19, 20 stone in the face, bust him up, swell his eyes out, and bang, KO on the front foot. Not running away. No one could take my power, nobody. These heavyweights don't have a chance. Does it sound like someone who needs tape to study somebody? Sounds like he wants to have a rap. And Francis would have obliged him. So, let's take that off the table. If you didn't have no tape to study on an experienced boxer, like if you didn't have no tape to study on Alexander USYK, imagine that, right? Tyson Fury was going to fight Alexander USYK next, but there's no tape to study. He's fucked. Most boxers would be fucked. I'm calling Tyson Fury's bluff. Tape study would not have mattered. The facts are, Tyson went in with probably the strongest boxer he's ever been in a professional ring with. And Tyson is in decline himself. Tyson tried to throw a check left hook. And as he threw it, he got caught himself with a left hook. His reflexes could be shot. Could be shot. USYK might be getting this guy at the right time. But then again, Fury might be getting USYK at the right time.